Now that you know how to find the missing, one of your missing sides on a right triangle using trig, this video is going to cover how to find the measurement of one of the acute angles using trig. So let's go ahead and look at this example here. So we're going to be looking at the measurement of three different acute triangles, angles here. We're going to be looking at A, B, and C. So in order for us to find the measurement of any acute angle in a right triangle, we're going to be using trig, but we are going to be using the inverse of our trig functions here, or the trig ratios that we're going to set up here. So to do that is we're going to be using this conditional statements here, which says that if you know what the ratio of one of your acute angles, we're going to be able to take that inverse of that, and that's going to help us find out what your angles are. To do that, let's go ahead and review what buttons we're going to press or click our calculators here. So I give you guys a picture of the two different ones that we have. So look at the picture that matches your calculator. If you're looking at the one on the left side, you're always going to press second first. So that's why it says first there. And then you're going to select the trig function that you are working with. So whether sine, cosine, or tangent. If you have the one on the right side, then you select shift and then you choose the one that you're working with. So let's go ahead and look at the first angle measurement that we're going to find. We're going to go ahead and find the measurement of angle A. When you guys are using the inverse, make sure that when you have selected either second or shift on your screen, it has the -1 on top of or next to your function name, and that's going to indicate that you did select the inverse. So to find out what tangent of A is, we're trying to find out what A is. So to cancel tangent, we take the inverse of it. Just like we do in every equation, if we take the inverse of one side, then we are going to be taking the inverse of the other side. So that's going to isolate A, which is your angle, and one of your acute angles. And that gives us the inverse of tangent of 0.75. Then we're going to use our calculator to get an approximation of what that is. Go ahead and try it on your calculators to make sure that you know how to use that function, and then you are getting that same answer as us. So we get 36.9 degrees. So that means that in your right triangle, that angle A measures 36.9, approximately 36.9 degrees. We treat the other examples the same. So to cancel sine, we're going to take the inverse of sine, do it on both sides, and then we punch that into our calculators. We're going to do sine inverse of 0.87, and that gives us approximately 60.5 degrees. And then these are not all on the same triangle. So angle A will be on one right triangle, angle B will be in another right triangle, and angle C will be in another right triangle. And then the way you can check if you are doing this correctly is common sense, right? These are all acute angles, so you should be getting measurements that are less than 60 degrees. And then for C, how about you try it? I'm not going to show the work, but the answer should be 81.4 degrees. And that's how you use inverse trig functions to find out some angle measurements.